What is up, my dogs? Today we are 2 games away from Pancake Arena and we are playing Evolved Night 2.6 Hog Cycle. But I also wanted to tell you guys about the most insane plane trip I've ever had. So if you guys know where the shush face came from, it came from a video where it was me, Cashman, and Ox, where I was going undercover in a tournament and they had to try and guess who I am. Well, Ox and me actually went on a trip recently. So last year, I went to Pennsylvania to see Ox and do a matter of other things where he lives. And we went back to Australia together and stayed together. And this was the most insane... Okay, hang on. I just realized I have to kind of focus in this arena. God damn it. So I'm against Graveyard. He's probably got Tombstone and Tornado, which is just not fun for Hog. And so the trip was basically crazy because to fly from Australia to Pennsylvania, it's like a 30-hour trip. It's like 7 hours, then 15 hours, and then there's layovers, and there's another flight somewhere in there. But anyway, the crazy one was when we were returning to Australia, right? So we had to drive from Pennsylvania to the airport, and it was a 2-hour drive. And then we had to catch a flight from Pennsylvania, which is on the right side of America, to San Francisco, which is on the other complete side of America. So it was a 6-hour flight, and we managed to not get the same flight somehow. So we were on 2 6-hour flights to the same destination, leaving at different times, but we had the same big 15-hour flight. Now, this is a big deal. The 15-hour flight is the flight you do not want to be on separate with, because 15 hours on a plane is fucking miserable, especially if you're alone. And so I did not want to miss this with him. And so when we got to the airport after the 2-hour drive, Ian realized, or Oxlade realized, he didn't have his ESTA, which is basically a visa for Australia. So we got to the airport and he didn't even have a visa to even come into the country. And so he was getting the visa for Australia while we were at the airport. So that was the first crazy thing that happened. And then we got on the flights, right? 2 different flights. I arrived first and I waited at the airport. I was chilling. I was in San Francisco after the 6-hour flight. I even had like 4 rows next to me. It was brilliant. And then he was still on the flight for fucking... Okay, hang on. He's going to go in here. Of course he is. I'm going to have to defend like my life depends on it. Actually, that's not too bad. Look at Evolved Night. Kind of going brazy right now. Especially if it's not stopping because it's just going to tank everything. Perfect. Wait, does he have Tombstone? I might go for a prediction log. No, he's going to go for a Tornado. Okay, that's perfect. Watch how much damage this Knight will do, by the way. Oh, okay. Oh, he's got his own one. And so anyway, I was waiting for him at the airport. I was eating snacks and stuff waiting for him. And then the flight was at like midnight or something. And Ian hadn't arrived yet. And obviously we were traveling within America. And I'm from Australia. So I don't have like an American phone number. So I don't really have a great way to contact him besides airport Wi-Fi. Okay, we're going to block that at the bridge. Easy claps. Go with this. Cyclist Ice Spirit so I can get back to the Hog Rider. And he's going to overspend there. Wait, so I actually am not paying enough attention to know if he even has a building, because all I remember is him playing Tornado. And that's going to actually do a lot of damage to his king. Maybe we 3-crown this dog. But anyway, as I was saying, so Ian is still on the plane. I'm getting nervous. It's like 10 p.m. and the flight's at midnight. And then I'm like, okay, it's 11 p.m. now and the flight's at midnight. And then people start fucking board the 15-hour flight. And I'm like, holy shit, where is Ian? Like, we are boarding a flight right now and he hasn't even landed. So he's not responding to my DMs. I was literally DMing him on Twitter, which was just not the most optimal form of contact when you are, at the airport. But it was all good. I was like, okay, when they're boarding, it's fine because... it takes a long time to board the plane. And we were at the very back of the plane. We were actually we're meant to be seat 50. So we were like at the very, very back of this like jumbo jet because it was a huge plane because these international flights carry a lot of people. Holy shit, am I going to 3-crown this guy? Wait, hang on. I'm going to start fucking fireballing his king instead of just going for... Wait, hang on. Okay, he's getting desperate right now. He's going for the split lane stuff. You know what? Oh, wait, I actually need that thing to not tank because it will tank forever. Okay, good thing the tower is still hitting the skeletons. Okay, we're all good. And so as I was saying, Ian literally was not arriving. And I was starting to panic at this point because people started boarding the flight and he wasn't even answering my DMs. So okay, Evolved Night, chill out on the... Like, you know what? I have faith in it to stop. Tornado that to the king, please. I'll go for a log. All right, he can't Tornado to the king now, so the Hog is just going to keep getting damaged. That's perfectly okay. And that's GG. So anyway, because we're the back of the plane, we're the last to board. So I'm like, all right, I can wait for quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and then quadrant 4 is boarding. Final boarding. Or not final boarding, but the last, because they take people one at a time, like one section of the plane at the time. And so we're at the back. So I'm like, all right, we can at least wait till the back of the plane is boarding. And then the back of the plane starts boarding. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where is Ian? This is the same airline. Like, why is the connecting flight not made so that he has enough time to land and get into the airport? Because it's like when you book we were with United, right? If you book a flight with United, you want the next flight with United to be boardable. You don't want to just like not have time to get onto the flight you paid for through the same company. It's the stupidest thing ever. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then they're boarding the 4th quadrant. And so I'm just waiting. And then it's just like a few people left. It's literally just like me and like a few people sitting on seats waiting for other people to get there. And no response from Ian so far. And then all of a sudden it's like 3 people left in the queue. There's like no one. It's the final boarding section. And then I finally get a message from Ian, who's clearly on the landing strip. Now, it takes a while to actually get off the plane because they got to put those connecting tubes to the airport so you can actually get off the plane. And he's like, holy shit, I made it. I'm like, bro, you need to get here ASAP. You need to, okay, actually, let's just make sure we defend this, okay? I'm actually going to go for a king tower activation here. Okay, let's make sure we do this right. Wait for that to jump. Yep, perfect, okay. Clinical, besides the missed skeleton barrel, okay? Oh my god, no, musketeers mugging me off! Okay, we're fine. And so, basically, he starts DMing me. I'm like, holy shit, bro, you need to get here ASAP. And he's like, holy shit. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, they're doing final boarding, like final calls. Like the red buzzer is on. It's like, you need to get here, like stat. And so he's like, holy shit, bro, I'm trying to get off the plane. And like people are holding me up. And then I'm like, holy fuck. And the guy who is at the boarding area next to me is like, yeah, this is the final call, man. Like you got to get on the plane or you're going to miss it. And so I'm like trying to hold up the plane with like everyone on it because I refused to get on it before Ian had got on it because I did not want to do a 15-hour flight alone because then I have to arrive in Australia and wait for him. And he could be, I don't even know in the next 15. It's a whole mess, right? And so it was very, the stakes were so high. It was so important for him to get this flight. And then he eventually gets off the plane and he's on the other side of the airport. And I am like stalling the whole fucking airline. Me and this like one family are stalling the whole airplane right now because we are like, it's a family and they're trying to get like their baby on board. So that was all I had going for me. And then I'm fucking trying to spam call him. He's like, holy shit, bro, I just got off the plane. And he starts sprinting across the airport because he was like, I don't know, gate like 56D and we were like gate 2 or something. It was crazy. Okay, hang on. Let me just defend this real quick. Easy collapse. Yep, that should be Bing chilling. And so he finally is like in the airport and he's sprinting through the airport, like literally pushing people out the way so that he can get to the fucking flight, which is just the most ridiculous shit ever. Actually, hang on. Wait, am I going to lose here? Let's just make sure we don't. So I got to be optimal with my defense. Got to go with this. The miner isn't the priority. Just go bing, bong. And then that's going to jump at some point in the near future. Okay, I was kind of hoping that hog could do something. I'm going to have to fireball instead. Okay, that's perfect. And now we can go with skeletons, and that's going to perfectly counter that. So he's sprinting through the airport, and I'm like holding up the gate, and I don't know where he is. He stopped messaging me. I don't know how long, and he's sprinting at top speed. And then I finally see him just as they're about to close the gate. And he's right there. And I can't believe it. He looks like shocked. And I literally hug him. I'm like, holy shit, like, you fucking made it. We fucking did it. And we're fucking stoked. But it gets even worse than that because we finally get to the plane and we're at the very back. Hang on, are we going to win here? And we're so excited that we got to the plane on time. We're on the board. We're literally the very back seat. We're like 54E and F. And it's just like every row has like 3 to 4 seats. We're in a row of 2, literally crammed in at the back of the plane behind this old couple, which I'll get to in a sec. This is not going to be in anything. This is just for...
No, that's okay.
This is just to remember it, how crazy this was. And so we're like talking really excitedly. We're not even that loud, honestly. And this old couple, I don't know, the guy like turns behind us, the old grumpy guy, and he's like, will you guys stop talking or will you guys shut up? And the plane hasn't even taken off yet and it's a 15-hour flight and these people are already just ripping into us and we're just like, we're sorry, man. And so the flight takes off and we try to chill out a bit. We're not even that like loud. I make it sound like we're going absolutely bonkers, like we made it, guys, and screaming. Like we're obviously being considerate, but you have to understand that it wasn't warranting, you need to shut the fuck up, basically. It wasn't warranting that at all. Oh, this is going to be fun. I'm against I'm against Expo. Okay, I don't know how this is going to go. This guy's got Evolved Knight as well, and level 15 cards. Okay, I have little to no idea how we're going to win this, but, I'm going to tell the story, and we're still going to win. And so, yeah, they tell us off, and we settle in for the 15-hour flight. We're so glad. I'm never taking anything for granted again, and it's great. Oh, wait, I have Evolved Knight, so I might be good against Expo. And then the flight goes on, and we start we had a bunch of random shit we were doing on the flight. Like, we were building Lego on the flight. He had a Lego set, and we were literally, when it wasn't too much turbulence, we started building, like, a Star Wars Lego set. It was fucking crazy. And then when we arrived, the plane kind of, was getting close to... Okay, what just happened? I guess that's good. I guess I can tank that infinitely, so I might not even have Fireball. He might try and pull that away with a cycle card, so I'm going to cycle Skeletons. Dude, Evolve Knight against Expo is ridiculous. I thought I was going to have to Fireball for real. Damn, that's crazy. That's so good for us. And so anyway, we were getting close to arrival, and they started handing out these documents where you have to fill in this document saying, are you a previous Australian citizen, blah, 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 just like stuff where you need a pen, basically, right? And for entering the new country. And we didn't have a pen, but the people in front of us had a pen. So I'm like, oh, excuse me, can we borrow a pen? And the woman just like looked at me and she went, no. I was like, what the fuck? It's so rude. Like, why? Some people are just so, like, I don't know, cold. Like, we weren't even being that bad at the start of the flight. And so, yeah, luckily the guy next to us across the road was nice and he lended us a pen. But it was just like, I was just like, what the fuck? Some people, man. And so anyway, we finally get to Australia. And we're not on the side of Australia. I'm in Western Australia. And we're on the east side of Australia, the complete opposite side. And so we're fucking jet lag going crazy. And then we go to collect our bags. And by the way, baggage collection is a whole issue in itself. And they tell us they lost our bags. They lost my bag and Ian's bag when we arrived there. And I'm just like, oh, fuck's sakes. And like when we were checking in as well, like for our next flight from one side of Australia to the other side of Australia, like I went through because Ian was still having to check in. I couldn't really wait for him because there's a queue. And I went through to the next section and I like lost him in the airport because we have no way of communicating because we're in Australia now and we don't have any connection to anything. And the Wi-Fi was just glitching out because we were in different parts of the airport. It was a whole hassle. And then we find out that they lost our bags, which is so stupid. And on top of that, we realized that we missed our next connecting flight with the same company because they didn't schedule the flight late enough after we landed in Australia to be able to catch it. So we are catching the very next flight and they lost our bags. So it's a complete mess, and I'm just like so fucking done. We've gone through so many different time zones at this point that I'm just like losing my mind. I'm literally actually so pissed, but I'm so tired I can't even be pissed. And then I have to go down to the lost baggage area downstairs, and it's a whole hassle. I'm like waiting there for 2 hours, and they finally find my bag, and I'm so relieved. And then we finally get to the gate, and we finally catch our flight from like one side of Australia to another. It's another like 5-hour flight, and it was so long. We were so tired. And then we finally get there. And I'm pretty sure it was a hassle getting our bags again. But yeah, that was pretty much the gist of the story. And woo, we get to the pancakes arena. And yeah, fuck me. That trip was so mad. I'm definitely forgetting a few things that happened in the story. But you can just tell even those things were just such a hassle. I'm pretty sure they had more lost baggage, more delays, and more missed flights. I didn't even mention the times it took in the layovers, but yeah. Also, I wasn't going to upload today, but then I felt like telling this story, so that's why I put in my community tab I wasn't going to upload. But anyway, subscribe, my dogs.